Lucas had said he wasn't going to tell Cy in advance about my arrival. Since Lucas wasn't here yet, mine was the only vehicle around. I had to wonder if this was a good idea or not. The plan was for a threesome. If the third, Lucas, would show the fuck up. As for Cy, he didn't look thrilled to have company. That would change, at least I hoped. He was going to get lucky and hopefully fuck my brains out. He just didn't know it yet. Taking a deep breath, I climbed from my SUV, careful of my left knee, and slammed the door shut behind me. "You can hop right up on in that car of yours and head out," Cy called. His voice was deep, the timbre smooth like whiskey, and full of threat. Stiffening my resolve and my shoulders, I took a step toward him. Only one, since I wasn't completely stupid since he was armed and all. I didn't think he'd shoot me. "I'm here to—" He held up his free hand to stop me. "I know why you're here. You're kind of been kicking up dust on my drive the past week to get a story. They must be getting desperate if they send the hot chick." Oh, shit. He thought I was a reporter trying to get a scoop on the whole Dennis Seaborn fiasco. I knew all about him. Who hadn't in Cutthroat? The guy had turned himself in for murdering Erin Mills, Lucas's sister. He'd been questioned 6 ways to Sunday, and a story had held. Until a time-stamped traffic camera photo of Erin alive, after when he'd said he'd killed her, blew it all to hell. Now he was out of jail. They couldn't keep him for a crime he didn't commit. And everyone in western Montana wondered why he'd stepped forward if he hadn't done it. Who would do something like that? Take the blame for a murder. A murder. Dennis Seaborn was Cy's father, estranged, from what Lucas had told me. Lucas and I had met 2 weeks before his sister had been killed, and I was all too aware of how it affected him. I knew all about his friendship with Cy, their working relationship. Sure, Lucas hated Dennis Seaborn for impeding his sister's case, but he didn't blame Cy. Perhaps he was the only one who felt that way based on the way he was acting. I looked to Cy, his gaze filled with hatred and anger. Not what I wanted to see there. Lust, desire, and need would have been better. From the pictures of Dennis, he and Cy looked a lot alike. They had the same dark hair, although Dennis's was more gray than black now, and eyes. Blood was blood, and with them it showed. And reporters were always out for blood. "There's been some mistake," I said, holding up my own hands, walking closer. We all had problems, and I wanted to forget mine between 2 hard-bodied cowboys. But I froze when he lifted the gun a bit. "Whoa! You don't need to shoot me." "Then do as I say." The rifle wasn't pointed at me, although I had no idea if the safety was on or how good a shot he was. "I'm not a reporter." "Realtor?" Were people expecting him to sell his ranch and get the hell out of Dodge because of what his father had done? From what I knew, the ranch was huge, extending not only across the prairie I could see, but up into the mountains beyond. Lucas ran his nonprofit from the property, he and Cy organizing and taking veterans with PTSD on backcountry trips. Definitely not. "What are you then?" I glanced down at my worn leather boots, then lifted my gaze to meet his, took another few steps toward him. He didn't raise his weapon, so I felt pretty confident he wasn't going to shoot a woman. "I'm a professional skier. Maybe." I gave a negligent shrug and murmured the last, more for me than for him. "Look, I'm—" "Whatever you're selling, I don't want any." Clearly, he hadn't listened to a word I said. "Get the hell off my land." He turned on his heel to head back inside. "Wait!" I called. This was so not going as I'd imagined. I'd get out of the SUV, smile at him, bat my eyelashes, and tell him his friend Lucas Mills and I were together, and fucking, and we wanted to pull him in on a little fun. A lot of fun. One of my fantasies was 2 dicks, a threesome with a whole bunch of orgasms to go around. And Lucas had said that Cy was a pretty dominant in the bedroom, which was exactly what I'd been hoping for. Lucas was a total alpha male, but he didn't push me.